Another weekly update of our cash carried put and cover calls that we did for week ending January 23rd, 2026. So we'll jump right into it. We won't jump too fast. We'll talk about subscribing first, and then also down here, this is not financial advice at all. I'm just sharing what I'm doing to entertain people and to perhaps give people ideas what they want to do and learn something. So it doesn't mean that I have to do something right for people to learn. I can do stuff that's wrong and people learn. So that's a key. I learn just as much from bad examples that others have done as I have from good examples. Okay, let's jump right into the option tracking spreadsheet here. So this is the week that's ending here on January 23rd. If you look, Monday was a holiday. Then Tuesday was the tariff day with Greenland. So I don't think I made any trades on Tuesday. So I only did trades on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday because the market took quite a dip on Tuesday. And did I sell any cash card puts on Tuesday? I did not. I sold a couple on Tuesday, it looks, and then nothing on Wednesday, then Thursday and Friday. I get my dates mixed up. Anyhow, I sort this by the date that I closed the trade. These are all the trades I closed last week. I put this solid black line here to divide the weeks up so you can see what's what without keeping everybody in suspense. If I highlight these here, the sum down here, $1,860. So that's kind of almost like deja vu because the week before was 1,851. If you look, I closed one extra trade so I could beat last week's mark. No, actually, that's not true. And before I forget, this is the whole month of January. Let's go ahead and highlight the entire month, see how we're doing for the month. We still have one more week. So of all the closed trades so far, we're already over $10,000. So originally, I made the goal to try to make $5,000 a month trading options, and then using that money to supplement my pension money. I don't get Social Security as of yet, and I have distribution income from cover call ETFs. And this was supposed to supplement that. Well, this has been not just supplementing it, but it's been providing pretty much, in addition to my pension money, like 100% of everything we need to live off of. I haven't had to use any of my 401k money or my IRA money to live off of yet in retirement. And I retired in April, so it's been like 8-9 months or so. I've been making enough selling options to provide for that. And I use about 10% of our total portfolio to do options with. So the rest of that money is just compounding and doing its thing. I got a growth bucket. I got an income bucket with the cover call ETFs and some other high income ETFs. And then we have a cash bucket that we can live off of for like a year or two. It's like, I won't call it an emergency fund, but the emergency fund is like within the cash bucket if the market does a big dip, and just let it sit and let it ride through the dip and come back up before I take any money out. So I'm still learning how to be retired. I'm trying to learn how much money I need to live off of in retirement. And it's not as much as I thought it would be. Anyhow, back to the spreadsheet. So for the week, we made $1,860, like I just said, or over $10,000 for the month. And some of the trades I closed this week was some small ones. SoFi, that was a cover call. And weekly, I've been doing 5 contracts on TQQQ, and then every week I roll that to 1 week. So it's $26,000 in collateral, and last week I made $380. And the week before I made $486. And you can come back here and look. It's this account here. I had 6 contracts that week. I made 438. And going back another week here, it looks like I didn't close any that week. Actually, I closed it up here. I made 584, but I did 8 contracts that week. So I've been basically just rolling this forward every week, and it's been working out pretty well. The other one I've been doing is the double leverage NVIDIA, NVDL. And you can see last week I made $455, or this week. Last week I made $825, and the week before that, $540, and the week before that, $296. And that goes back to about the middle or beginning of December. So I've been doing that for the past couple of months with TQQQ and NVDL. So that's been adding about half of my monthly income, just those 2 tickers. Now, I posted a video couple days ago, I had 4 contracts with Robinhood. I had 110 strike price, and I had 4 contracts, and Robinhood's been trading about 105 to 107 for the past week and a half. So I was kinda underwater with them a little bit, and I was gonna take assignment of the shares. Well, today, Robinhood went up to about 108, and actually it was about 107 this morning, and my cost basis, even though my strike price is 110, my cost basis was, like, less than that. It must be, like, at 107. So right after the market opened today, I looked at it, I saw that I was actually in the green just a little bit for those 4 contracts, and I decided I would take assignment of 2 of the contracts and then close the other 2 and make a very small profit of $48 because I want to free up this $22,000 in collateral for something else. And so that happened and everything was good. Later in the day, it went up to 18.20 and I was up $188 for those 2 contracts. So at that point, I decided to go ahead and close those 2 also. And the reason is because I got 2 more contracts with February 20th expiration dates in that same account. And I don't know what the price of Robinhood is going to do between now and then. So I sold these 4 contracts about a week and a half ago, thinking that Robinhood was going to shoot back up. It didn't do that. That's what stocks do, and that's what options do. And I wouldn't have cared if I took assignment, but I don't want to get assigned too many contracts. That would have been $44,000 worth of stock. Robinhood with a couple more contracts expiring here in a couple weeks. So I'm happy. And there's these contracts right down here for February 20th. So they're sitting there smiling at me. So I have to deal with that in a couple weeks. The other thing about Robinhood, I had another cash accrued put with a 115 strike price, and that was expiring today too. But when I woke up this morning and logged in, somebody took those shares early from me. So instead of waiting until the expiration time, which would have been at close or 5:30 p.m. Central Time today, I got assigned early. And I was thinking, like, darn it, I didn't get a chance to do anything with that. So on paper, it looks like I lost $700. And if I would have turned around and sold these shares, yeah, I would have took a loss, but instead I'm hanging on to them. So right here, I sold a cover call for 115. I went on to the February 20th expiration date, which was a little farther out than what I wanted to, but I actually got 453 in premium. So if I wait until expiration, February 20th, I'll collect the entire premium, 453. So I've actually already collected that premium. So basically, if the price of Robinhood goes above 115 and it's that price on February 20th, and I get those shares taken away from me, I will lose nothing on the shares. I'll break even, but I'll make this $453. But let's see what other interesting trade happened this last week. So we talked about the SoFi wasn't much to get excited about. The TQQ, we talked about the NVIDIA, double leverage, 2 Robinhoods here. So this is the one that expired and I got assigned. So it went all the way down to 0. So I did get the premium, the 283. I got the entire amount. And then I left myself a note, was assigned 115. When I sold that, it was a 0.22 delta, meaning there was only like a 22% chance I was going to get assigned, which I did. So sometimes you do get assigned. I did close out this SoFi option here. And even though I didn't make much, $110, it was the $26 strike price. And SoFi's been kind of hovering in the 25 something. So this actually went into the green today for a little while. And while it was in the green, I went in and closed it out. Then down here, I actually sold another cash secured put, but I lowered the strike price to $24.50 and collected $530 in premium. And I tried to roll this and I couldn't get the strike prices or the premium. It just wasn't rolling very well, I guess you might say. The numbers weren't adding up right. So I just went ahead and closed the one and then reopened the other one and got the price I wanted. Seemed to work out better that way. And sometimes it does. So it is what it is. And I had a Tesla cash secured put that I closed today. The original expiration was the 30th. I made $252 on that one. And this one here, I sold one TQQQ that I had rolled forward. And the reason why I did that is because I want to free up a little bit of collateral because I sold 2 cash secured puts on a firm today. and I needed some more collateral to do 2 contracts. So looking into next week, what we got open here, I don't know if it'd be next week or sometime between now and February 20th. I got a whole bunch of expiration dates on the 20th. That's the monthly contract date for options in February. And I'll probably close most of these before the 20th. Probably not a good idea to have a bunch of contracts expiring the same days. Probably better to mix that up a little bit. But with a month away, I feel confident that it'll be okay. It's just my opinion. Everything here is my opinion. So some new tickers I'm trying out this here past couple weeks is yen. That's the leveraged ETF for the Chinese stock market. And then we got Lyft. So Lyft is hovering in the $18 range. So it's not doing much of anything, just kind of going sideways. And then the Apple double leverage, AAPU, that's gone down a little bit. So if you look at the charts for Apple, Apple is like really oversold. And at some point, it's got to like turn around and come back up. I was tempted to sell some more cash secured puts today on this, but it just keeps going down. And then another one I tried is Carnival Cruise Line. I sold one contract on that. $2,700 in collateral. And then Affirm is a new one that I trading for the first time. And then I sold a couple contracts on UPRO, which I've traded UPRO before, but it's been a long time. I typically just trade TQQQ, but TQQQ is more tech heavy. So the money I was doing with TQQQ, I'll probably split it at this point and share some of it with the UPRO just for a little bit of extra stability, and we'll see how that goes. Now, if I punch a 0 in here and pretend like I let all these go to 0 between now and whenever, and if I highlight this whole column, that's about $10,000 worth of cash secured puts that I have out there right now if they were all to expire worthless. But of course, I closed most of these early. More realistic guess would be that I would close those about 50% to 70% in profit. So instead of 9,000, it'd be more like 5,000 to 6 or 7,000. So in summary, we went over 10,000 for the month so far, 10,414. And for the week, we were up 1,830. And those are all closed trades. So anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.